The subculture group that I chose are skaters. Um, the top five terms that they use are shred, kickflip, poser, ollie, and gnarly. The first term is shred, and it is usually used when someone executes a skill or a trick very well. Um, Usually, like when people, it's just usually when people do a flip on a ramp or like a rail. Um, they're just like, oh, like you shredded that or something like that. Um, Another one is like, the second term is kickflip. This is a trick where like the board flips 360 degrees, um, while the board is and while the rider is in the air. Um, People are like, oh, um, like they can just be having like a peaceful ride, and then someone will yell like, oh, do a kickflip. And I'm pretty sure people usually say this even if they're not skaters, because it's kind of become a meme or like a joke. So yeah, it's kind of universal at this point, but people still use like the word kickflip as skaters. Um, the third term is poser, and that's usually someone who dresses like they skateboard, but they don't. Usually, dressing like a skate or like skateboard attire is like having, um, I don't know, like flat soled shoes, like Vans, or like I know Nike sometimes does it, or Adidas. Um, Baggy pants usually, and usually like a baggy shirt. Skaters also prefer like wired headphones, or at least with the group that I used to hang out with. Um, yeah, so they'll just like dress like a skater, but they aren't a skater. I mean, it's kind of in the name, poser. Um, Ollie, it's like the most basic trick. It's where like the rider usually jumps, and they don't do any sort of trick. They usually just kind of kick the board, they jump, but their feet are still on the board. This usually like to skip over stuff, like to jump over stuff with your board so you don't have to stop fully, walk it, and then go on your board. Um, but this is also another term like kickflip where they're just like, oh, like do an ollie or something like that. And some people like exaggerate it as the most hardest trick, but it's really the easiest in the skateboarding world. And then gnarly is the last one. That's usually like when someone does a trick really intense. They're just like, oh, that was gnarly. And yeah.